This attention, this interest, in many cases developing into alterness, is explained convincingly by emotional involvement of interlocutors in coexisting. Many of us underestimate the texts that do not contain important information. Then we must deeply reconsider our estimates of, for example, Hemingway texts. What makes this dialogue different from the small talk of simple ordinary phone conversation? Nothing. But we cannot ignore the overall sense of a communication field, the spaceless territory of conversation residency. It cannot be delivered without words. Background knowledge cannot exist without vocal one. However, it is the message, the text as such bearing some information that has a context. It delivers not only conceptual content expressible in logical forms of knowledge, but also many other things. In this way, we arrange, maintain, and adjust our relations, manage this area of life. Not only cognitive side, conceptual information, is important in text exchanged between communicators, but also college fan of modalities. Communication does not belong to the field of vocabulary definitions. The way we speak, loudness and speed, intonation and emphasis is a meta-message, and it bears social significance. We test, tease, flirt, explain, follow, pray, we stay friendly, adverse, mystic, we deliver our desire to come closer or recoil. Meta-message is a field of non-verbal communication. Its content is the main social contradiction ever present in a personal form. A desire to be independent and an equal desire to be involved in a group. The desire to be connected with others and the desire to be left alone in solitude are universalia and basic motives of communication. Everything we express to demonstrate closeness and involvement is a threat to our own and others' individuality. All that we say to show desire, the desire to distance ourselves, is a natural threat to our need in society. Sometimes an example, presumably of Schopenhauer, is given to illustrate this contradiction. An example of coexistence of porcupines in winter environment. They try to huddle together to get warm, but porcupines have sharp quills and they step back. Chill again forces them to seek for closeness, but their natural structure makes them keep a distance. An attempt to reconcile their conflicting intentions to closeness and distance ties us with a double chain. It is doubled because any action in support of these main intentions obstructs the second, unsupported intention. Double because existence in communication is the source of comfort and the source of pain. This chain will never allow communication to be perfect, and we cannot stop and fall into statics, as well as we cannot come out of the circle and leave the field of coexistence communication. The metaphor with porcupines involves the sequence of actions: closer, far, come near, step back, and in fact our intentions for independence and involvement, isolation and connection exist and appear simultaneously, inseparably. Actually, this contradiction is not a conflict, though in theory it exactly means the higher degree of sharpened contradictions. In a state of conflict, a man feels as if he tears around or is already torn between two alternatives. Also, this is not a state of ambivalence. It is manifested in a feeling of doubt, in an absence of complete estimation of the other and the same situation, in a present of two paths to the same goal. Intercultural communication is subject to the same power regulating coexistence, and different cultures can put different emphases and manifest different forms of expression of own values. Free and secure, familiar and strange, weird in this regard, and opposite values. The priority of the theme of liberty in the Western European or American culture, and conversely of the theme of belonging to family clan in the world outside the West, is widely known. In any case, a man in process of constructing and functioning of coexistence, the community life has to maintain a balance of main oppositions. through all sorts of social and personal facilities, approximation, abstractions, what in ethics and etiquette is known as politeness. Thank you.